Hello, happy Thursday, everybody. My name is Lori DeGroot from Lorita Marie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Calgary, Alberta, and I'm so excited to share some fun projects with you today that will be featuring the Hello Harvest bundle. I love to come live every Thursday to give you fun tips, techniques, and inspiration to get you crafting and using your crafting supplies and hopefully encouraging you in your own creativity. So if you're ever looking for some more information, you can just head over to my website, which is loritamariecrafts.ca, or you can always send me a message if you have a question, and I would love to give you a hand. So hopefully everyone is doing really well. It is another hot and sunny day here in Calgary. We have had a lovely summer. It's just been beautiful. I know some people don't like the heat, but it's been just sunny and beautiful every single day, even though I know we could use the moisture in some places. But I love sitting outside in my backyard and reading. I have read a lot of books this summer, and yeah, just enjoying myself. So before we get going on the projects today, I just wanted to take a minute to share a couple things. So first of all, don't forget that celebration is over at the end of August. So I can't believe, you know, August kind of is this weird in-between time of enjoying summer plus looking ahead to fall. And actually, why don't you in the comments if you have something that you've loved this summer and it was your favorite part of the summer, or if there's something that you're looking forward to this fall. I know some people just, the fall is their most favorite season and they're already starting to think about the smells and the foods of fall. I know I am. But before then, we've got to enjoy August for what it is, and don't forget to take advantage of celebration and all the cool products that are there that you can get for free. It's so amazing. If you'd like to place an order and you would need my help in any way, or you want me to place it for you or just give you some help, you can just send me a message or contact me here or any way that you like, and I'd love to give you a hand. And yeah, I just don't want you to miss out on the deals. And then the other thing that's going on is my August class. So every month I create a class for you to be able to have a pre-designed project to just have some fun putting together, and then you can put your own spin on it and use some of the products in the future for your own crafting as well. So I've got a couple different options. So this one is featuring products from the Hello Harvest Suite, which is also what I'm going to be showing off today. It's so pretty. And I love it because it could be super fall if you want it to be, but there's lots of cool things in it that kind of extend the life of it beyond just a fall season kind of thing. So yeah, so the first class is, or the main class is where you kind of get products with it. So you get designer series paper, you get cardstock, you get ribbon and embellishments, and then all the instructions, a video tutorial of how to make the projects. So you're going to be making a beautiful little like book box. So I've designed this cute little book box. It's so pretty. And when you open it up, it's got a little pocket inside. And let me just, don't want to give away all the hints, but then you're going to make a set of 4 cards. And so each card is unique. Not one of them are the same. And some of them, they're kind of all different fall things. So we've got pumpkins, sunflowers, leaves, all sorts of different things. So all the information for my class is up on my website, so you can go check that out for all the details, and you can register right there as well. So that's the first option. If you do not live in Canada and cannot purchase classes from me that way, you can just purchase the tutorial where you get the video tutorial, a PDF of the basic kind of dimensions and things like that, so that you can create the project on your own. And so there's that option as well. And then the final thing is that I've created a card kit as well. And the card kit is different in the sense that you don't get all the extra product with it, but you get everything you need besides the stamps and ink to make the cards. So I cut the cardstock, I cut the designer series paper, I cut the ribbon, you get everything that you need. And these are the 2 cards that are in the card kit. And so you get to make 6 cards, 3 of each one, for $20, and you get a PDF of all the instructions, step-by-step instructions of how to make them. So kind of a cute pumpkin one and a pretty sunflower one. So there's that option as well. You could get both classes or just one, whatever you like. So registration is open until next Thursday, but I don't want you to miss out. So if you'd like to sign up, you can contact me or check out my website for that. All right, so that's all the chatting. let's get to our crafting today. I'm really excited about this one. I love the look of it. So let me just get the camera pointed down. Oh, that was close. Sorry about that. Let me just get the camera pointed down here. Oh, sorry. It's like I can't get the right button. There we go, so that you're not upside down. Oh goodness, some days I'm really coordinated at this and some days I'm not. We got it though. I think we got it. There we go. So first of all, I wanted to show, so this is in the July to December mini catalog, of which, oh, I just stamped on it apparently. And this is the Rustic Harvest Suite, and I have been calling it the wrong name, Hello Harvest. Hello Harvest is the bundle, Rustic Harvest is the suite. And it has got DSP, a bundle, which I'll show you in a minute, this cute little tag set, but also in the suite is 12 by 12 black cardstock, which is very popular and has not been in the annual catalog. So if you love to do other types of projects or scrapbooking or anything like that, you are not going to want to miss out on purchasing the 12 by 12 black cardstock. And then this cute little embossing additions toolkit. So we are going to be doing a little bit of embossing today. I don't actually have this yet. I would love to show it to you in person, but I don't have it yet. But you have a tray so you can do your embossing in, you pour the powder in, and then it comes out a little spout. You've got a little paintbrush to help you brush off the excess powder. You've got a little set of tweezers to help you hold your cardstock when it's little, you don't want to burn your fingers. And then an embossing buddy, and I do have one of those, and so I'm going to show you how that works today. It just helps resist some of the excess powder on your cardstock. So I just wanted to point that out. That is a really awesome addition to this suite here. And let's show you some of the elements. I say this every time, but I am never disappointed by Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper. It is always so beautiful. And my favorite thing, I feel like I'm too high, there we go. My favorite thing in the world is opening up the package and seeing what the paper actually looks like in person. So it is so pretty. So one side is all colors, and you got this beautiful like dahlias here that you could cut up and use full size on a card. And then you've got some solids, so you've got crushed curry, and then you've got these really sweet pumpkins, kind of pumpkins and gourds. But there's and then Cajun craze pattern and a mossy meadow pattern. And so what I like is that you've got 3 solids here that can be used for anything. Dahlias, which are beautiful, but only 2 really like fall themey kind of patterns. And so the paper is actually really versatile. You're not gonna just use it for fall. If you don't use it up for fall things, you've got lots of other ways to use this paper. And then I'm going to turn it over, and the other side is amazing. It is all black and white, and it's so pretty. And you've got like kind of plaid. You've got 2 that are kind of have leaves on them. And then these other patterns here as well. Stripes, which are always my fave. And these pretty leaves. So speaking of loving fall colors, this is a beautiful and rich color scheme that you can play around with. Cajun Craze, Merry Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Crushed Curry. It's so pretty, and those are all the colors featured in my class as well. All right, then we've got the stamp set and the dies. So let's show you the bundle. So you can always buy these separately, but if you buy a stamp set and the dies together, you always save 10%. So it's a really awesome deal right off the get-go. And you've got the pumpkin in the leaves, you've got a few sentiments, a couple other smaller elements here that I'll show you today as well. So let's show you that actually all stamped out. Sometimes it's better if you can see it stamped. And it's so pretty, right? Pumpkin and the flowers, the leaves, you got these couple little elements here, and then 3 sentiments. Oh, and then the dies, of course the dies. So what I wanted to show you, because I'm not using this one today. So you've got the pumpkin here. So you've got 2 pieces of the pumpkin, you've got the stem, and you've got 3 little curlicues there. And the cool thing about them is that they are embossed. So let's see if we can show this off on the camera, but I'm always going backwards. But it's got like an embossed detail to it. And so you actually stack up the middle piece on the bigger piece. And then you can cut out the stem as well. And then it comes with 3 different curlicues that you can like add to your pumpkin. So sweet, right? I love it. So cute. So that's all those pieces. Then of course you've got the banner piece, which cuts out your sentiment here. Then these you could just stamp on their own, or you could like washi tape over this sentiment and put these inside. They all fit inside. Then you've got the outline of the pumpkin. And so this is kind of fun because you can obviously stamp and cut out. You can use it to cut it out right out of Designer Series paper. So this is the paper from this suite. You could also emboss your pumpkin and make it shiny. So this is actually copper embossing powder, which I love the copper in the fall. And then of course you could do the same thing for the flowers. You could emboss them like this and cut them out. And then there's the leaf. So the leaf and the flower also get cut out. So lots of things to play around with. All right, today we are going to make a card and a tag. And I love the look of this suite because it kind of has a chalkboard kind of vibe to it too, if you would like. And I have always loved that chalkboard look. It's one of my favorites, especially in the fall. It looks so pretty. And so I'm kind of going with that theme here. And so I'm going to be using black cardstock. So my card base is basic black. And I have folded it in half at 4 1/4. So it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, folded in half by 4 1/4. I can talk, I can do this. And then what I want to do is have a background that's neutral. So one of the black or white patterns. And so I love this one because it's heavy on the white, so it's a bit brighter, which is what I'm looking for. Obviously, if you use one that has more black, then it's going to look a lot darker on your card, and if that would look good too, if that's the look you're going for. And I'm going to cut my DSP here at 4 inches by 5 1/4, which that's just the basic to fit on the front of a card with the mat kind of looking on the outside, which I like that look. So we are going to do this and just put this on my card like that. Okay, that's the easy part. Now let's play around. So today we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So I have just stamped the pumpkin and the flowers in basic black. Cut them out with the coordinating dies, which I showed you. And then I'm going to use my watercolor pencils to color them in. So, I mean, you've seen me do coloring before, and Stampin' Up has lots of wonderful ways to color. There is the stamping blends, which are the alcohol-based markers, and then you just color and you can blend in so everything looks really seamless. That's what the alcohol markers do. It doesn't look streaky like, say, like a regular marker. And you can get them, they come in packs of each color, not every single color, but quite a few colors, and they come with a light and a dark, and that's how you get your shading in there. So I think they're $12 for the pack of light and dark. And so you can, if you're like me, I've just been building up my collection. I don't have all the colors. I just slowly kind of get another one every now and again. And so I actually don't have any orange. So this is one of the reasons why I'm not using my blends today. A cost-effective way and a really fun way to color is using the watercolor pencils. There are 2 different packs of watercolor pencils. So I think one has 13 colors and one has 10 different colors. So you could just get one pack to start and then add on the other pack if you like it. And so the watercolor pencils feel just like a pencil crayon if you haven't used anything like this before. And they color on actually really quite smoothly. I really like coloring them. And so this is what I'm using right now. So I've used pumpkin pie for the base of my pumpkin, and now I'm just following the pattern of the stamp here to add a darker color, which is Cajun Craze. And you could color the stem and say early espresso, but I'm actually covering up the stem, so we're not even going to see it on my card, so I'm not going to worry about coloring it. And then you can leave it just kind of pencil crayon looking if you want, or you can get a package of the blender pens. And so they come in a pack of 3, and they have 2 different ends on them, and they're they just have like a brush tip on them, and what they do is they just blend your colors together. So I think I'm going to go over the middle and the pumpkin pie first, and then I'll go back over the Cajun Craze and see if I need to make anything darker. So if you're just starting out with coloring and you're not too sure about the Stampin' Blends, or if you don't want to get in that, or if you just want a softer look, right? So the blends are going to give you bright and bold kind of colors, whereas the watercolor pencils, of course, you can get a much softer look to your project. So now I'm going to go over the Cajun Craze. And so when you're changing between colors, you can kind of just brush it off, kind of like you were using a watercolor, painter brush there. And then you just kind of go over everything until you're happy, and it just kind of perfectly blends it in. So I've just actually done this on basic white paper, but it can get a little pilly if you color too much. So the shimmery white paper is also really good for this. So there's that one. And now we're gonna go ahead and color this one. And I'm going to use Cajun Craze on the middle of my sunflowers. And you can like push harder to get darker color. Say you want darker around the outside, you just add more color in there. And I'm going to use, oh, I didn't pull it out here. I just have all mine in this snap case. They don't sell these wide ones anymore, but you can get the skinny ones. Okay, so then I'm going to use crushed curry on the petals. And these sunflowers obviously are perfect for this time of year. So pretty. And you can still get the sunflower dies in Stamp Set if you love sunflowers for your fall look. I just had a lovely birthday dinner with a sunflower cake. It was so pretty that my mom made. So now I'm in sunflower mode. I tried to grow sunflowers this year. I had them in pots kind of out in my garden, and the squirrels just devoured them. So I didn't get my big tall. I wanted to try to grow those really big tall ones, but I couldn't deter my squirrels. So I had a couple little ones that my mother-in-law had given me, little seedlings, and I kind of tucked them in a different spot in the garden, and the squirrels didn't get at them. And so I had like really beautiful mini sunflowers. They were really pretty too. All right, so I've just been adding old olive here to the leaves, and a little bit of calypso coral to the flowers. And now we're gonna get my blender pen again, and we're gonna just go over this. So just remember to clean it off between colors, or you're gonna muddy up your colors. And this can be as detailed, as pristine, as simple, whatever you want, right? Like if you have some kind of pretty artistic talent, you can go you know, and add your own flair to everything. But if you've never colored before, like, all you have to do is color it in. And you don't even need to be good at coloring in the lines if you don't want to be. So we'll just, and it just brightens up and blends that pencil crayon look. And so it doesn't look like it's a pencil crayon anymore. It's so much fun. Trying to go a little fast, so you don't have to watch me do this all day, but you could take your time, and then it's really relaxing too when you're coloring. All right, there's that. Grab that. Okay, so we've got our flowers, and we've got our pumpkin, and now I'm gonna create another layer to my card. And so this is another piece of basic black, which is 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. And sometimes on black, if you're going with that chalkboard look, you can get your embossing buddy. It's got a little powder in it, and you can kind of tap it and the powder comes out a bit. Creates a nice look there. And then we're gonna add another detail that kind of will look like chalk. So I've got an old white pad here, craft pad. But you can still get the white craft pads. And I'm gonna be using some of these details to kind of make it look like drawing on a chalkboard. I have a chalkboard in my basement that I like try to theme out depending on the time of year. So right now it has lavender on it for summertime, but I think it's gonna be time to change it over to fall pretty soon. So you can see the craft, it'll lighten up and kind of fade a little bit, and then it looks just like chalk. And then I'm gonna get this little piece here, and I'm just gonna grab a scrap black, because sometimes with a straight line like this, I like to practice and see how straight it actually stamps. And if sometimes I need to actually tilt it up, but mine, I gotta go tilt my right end up a bit to get a straight line. So don't be afraid to practice when you're stamping. But if it's supposed to look like chalk, then it doesn't have to be perfect either. And I love these little details. There, then it kind of looks like a chalkboard. And so you can actually use your heat tool like you use for embossing and just put it on setting 1, and you can dry the craft ink so that it doesn't smudge around. But we can just put this aside for half a second. I think it'll be okay. Or you can just do this. So we still need to do our sentiment. And so I've got a piece of basic black here, and we're gonna emboss. So if we're gonna do this kind of chalkboardy look, then why not go ahead and emboss white on black paper? I mean, you've seen me emboss on white on black a lot. It's such a great, I mean, sentiments just look really good this way. They just will pop off your card. If you want to like add one layer to make your cards kind of just go, you know, from one step to another and kind of make it go wow, I highly recommend an embossed sentiment. So what you do, I just use an embossing buddy, and it repels excess powder so that you don't get all that excess. I'm stamping in Versamark ink the word hello, and then I'm using white embossing powder and just shaking it over top, and then I just tap off the excess. You don't want to, sometimes I flick, but then I found I was flicking off too much, so I try to just tap if I can. And then if you've got that little paintbrush that comes in the embossing kit, you could brush off any excess that kind of stuck to your project. Always keep your lid on your Versamark. You can buy Versamark refills too, if yours is not feeling as juicy as it used to. And then bear with me a second while I use my lovely heat tool to set this. So you can see how nice that looks. Just pops, and we're not gonna cut this out fancy at all. We're just gonna use our scissors and to just cut it to size. But you could cut it out with a label die or a label punch if you want to add another detail to your card. And now we're gonna start putting our pieces together here. So I've also got some ribbon. Okay, if you guys haven't seen this ribbon yet, this is the ribbon that's actually gonna be included in my class. And it's called Natural, I think, just natural finish ribbon. And it is so pretty and it is so soft. And it was out of stock for a while, but it is back in stock. And it's really wide and it's just luxurious. And so you're gonna love it. I highly recommend it. It is very, very pretty. And I'm thinking like for gift wrapping, adding to a little gift bag. So pretty. I'm just gonna cut a little piece here. Okay, and now we're gonna start layering up our card. And then stick around because I've got one more project, a little gift tag that I want to share with you as well. So I'm just using my seal on the back. And I'm actually gonna put this a little bit to the right. And then we're gonna create a tail like this. And so to stick ribbon on, you can use glue dots. I like to use tear and tape. And so you can just put it on like this, and then you can use your, take your pick tool to help you get it off the backing. Usually that works. There we go. And then I kind of just want it like this. And this ribbon can be frayed at the bottom, but you just gotta trim it kind of when you're done because it goes to the edge. So depending on how fussy you want to look with your ribbon there. Okay, now we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of our pumpkin. And then also on the back of our flowers, kind of near the top. And then it's gonna look like a really pretty pumpkin arrangement for fall. And you see now I didn't really need to color that stem, right? Oh, it's so cute. And then I'm just going to put a little seal on the one end there and kind of stick it out like that. And then actually, maybe I'll put a dimensional there just so it's not flapping off the card. There we go. So cute. And then you can add gems if you like to embellish this up a little bit more. I was going to share, there's a few different options. So there is, where did they go? Where did they go? The gems that come with this suite are like bright amber colored. Here we go. So those are really pretty. And they come with a set of these really fun maple leaves that you can use for tags, which we're going to be using in a second. If you just want gems on their own, a couple great fall options are the rustic metallic adhesive back dots and the brushed metallic. Okay, so these are all one tone here, but these are like bronze, copper, and gold. So really great for fall. So you could definitely add a few gems to your card if you like. All right, let's make a really quick, simple tag to wrap up today. And so when you're making a tag, you can use tag dies. You can do whatever you like to kind of create your own look. I thought it would be fun just to use the designer series paper. So I've cut 2 pieces here. And I got the Cajun Craze, and I'm going to layer them. I always like to layer 2 pieces. I love it when people do that. I think it looks really cool, actually. So this is cut at 2.5 by 4. And then I'm just going to put them together like this, and just grab any hole punch you have. Stampin' Up! Has a triple punch, I think, with a hole punch in it, if you're looking for that. And then another amazing fall product, if I do say so myself, is this black and white gingham ribbon, which I love. It is so pretty. And I was so glad when it returned in the catalog. And if you don't have some, you need to get some for fall, for sure. You can color it, so it could be any color you want. If you don't want it to be just black and white, you can color it with your Stampin' Blends and make it any color you want. It looks really great fall, Christmas, and Halloween, actually. So it'll take you right through all the seasons coming up. And now my hole is kind of small, so I'm just using my Take Your Pick tool to poke my ribbon through. So I've got both tails in, I go back to front, and then I loop it through like that. And then I've got my tag, and then it's loose. That's the only way that it's attached there. And so then a simple way to add a fun look to it is that I'm going to use one of those really cute fall leaves that come in the little tag kit, and I'm going to grab a piece of twine. So this has a hole in it, right? It's meant for a tag. If you are wondering, well, I don't need that many tags or whatever, there are lots of ways to hide that hole. You can layer things, and so it's peeking out from something, and so then the hole is covered. You can put a gem on it, and then it's covered, or you can just use the hole as it's intended as a tag. Add this to a little gift bag. You can stamp on this little leaf. I have seen people emboss it, like with an embossing folder. If you've got one that's kind of like wood grain, that would look really cute. I don't have one right now, otherwise I totally would have done that. I am just going to tie some twine right through the hole there, so that looks like part of the look. And then I've gone ahead and stamped two of those leaves, those pretty leaves, and so you could do them in any of the fall colors that you like. I've done mine in Mossy Meadow, which looks really pretty. And I'm just going to put a little bit of seal at the bottom. And then I'm just going to layer these behind like this. And then I'm going to put seal again on the back. And then we're going to add this to the front of our tag. And then you've already watched me emboss, so I'm not going to make you watch me again. But this was just the same technique, right? I have stamped in the Versamark, heat embossed in white, and cut it out with the coordinating dies. And now I'm going to add a couple dimensionals and layer that on the top. And this would be great for a little fall gift, a little Thanksgiving table favor, place card for Thanksgiving. I mean, really, that would be really cute too. You could just emboss the outside, and then with a chalk pen, you could write people's names. Lots of different ideas. Now the ideas are all coming to me. I'm excited. I gotta write those things down. All right, there's our two projects for the day. I hope you guys liked them. I'm gonna just bear with me for a minute here. We're gonna bring the camera back up so I can wrap things up here. If I can. Come on. Hello. Hi. You know, sometimes, there, sorry, I have my hand over the camera. That wasn't very coordinated. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if you tuned in for the replay, I really appreciate that as well. And you can reach out to me anytime if you have any questions, and I'd love to give you a hand. If you love this Hello Harvest bundle and this suite of products, and you think you want to try some things out for yourself, I highly recommend you sign up for my class. I think you'll really love it. So I will be posting the information here after the live. And of course, you can always find all the information at LoritaMarieCrafts.ca. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will be back again next week with another fun project. So until then, bye-bye.